They won the possession game, and when it's that style of game and you don't win the possession game, it's really hard. So, like what I mean by that, they got more shot attempts, more free throw attempts, more offensive rebounds. They turned it over less than us. So, in a game, however you view that game, they gave themselves a better chance with just more opportunities than us. So, we didn't create our own luck at the end of the day.
Look clunky at times.
Yep.
Did you look and go, this looks like a group that doesn't really know each other?
Yeah, look, it's certainly great word, clunky. We're going to be an evolving team, but there was parts of it like sometimes you create your own luck. The way we just played our purpose in some of the patches, it'll be interesting to watch the film again.
I like that last play that almost summed it up there. It sort of ran out of time and it basically hadn't had a chance to learn what you wanted to do in the week, and not where in the past everyone knew that would be right, so it was like, cool, take the shot.
Yeah, we just didn't get to play with any rhythm or pace tonight. Give them credit. They had a tough one Thursday night, and just the way they go about their business, we knew that we would be in for a really tough one tonight, and that's where I go, look, we got great moments where we'll grow in those situations. So, yeah.
What would be your advice to a couple of the players to start with Mason? Were you telling him now you need to be a bit more Mason that was at the end of the game, or was his game fine? Where do you see?
Yeah, look, that's where I said watching the film will be interesting, because the way we approach probably those last couple minutes, that's what I would hope for with the pace and so forth, for the 40 minutes. But as Craig said, like, we're evolving. Mason's been here for 10 days, 3 practices, and he's going to be a huge part of what this is about. But then also, how does everyone come together and evolve and grow from that?
Ben Henschel had a little bit of a purple patch in the game defensively. He was pretty good. So is that something you sort of pushed him to get better at? I know you would have pushed him last year as well, but is that his next phase?
For sure. Like all players, want to improve, but I think he's shown great growth in that area. And as you said, like tonight, he showed that he can really be disruptive up the floor with his athleticism. And look, at the end of the day, just his desire to get it done as well.
That foul at the end, do you want that at that time, the foul? Or would you like it earlier? Should you have let that play out? Because I think you would have still had, even if they'd got a shot away, you would have still had 6 seconds.
Yeah, look, you're right, 6.3, I reckon. But like we fouled, so then we got to move on, and but like as we talked about, like the intent we had in the last couple of minutes, if we would have had that over the first 38, we might be sitting in here talking in a different manner.
Jess, how did you sort of see the performance of the team that's really only sort of come together in recent weeks?
To be honest, clunky sums it up pretty well. I don't think that was representative of how we want to play. And credit to Tassie, take nothing away from them, but certainly I don't think that game is a representation of how we want to play the style when we play, what we want to be known for. So, JR said we'll evolve, and but this league, it's you can say it's a long season, but it also goes pretty quick. I know that sounds weird, but so you got to learn pretty quick. And we're one game in, but we should learn from that. And so, we start to practice, but hopefully we learn from that and realise that I don't think that's the way we want to play.
Joe proved that if you can start the court now, if you have trouble early, that he's going to be a real force, isn't he?
Yeah, look, he's brought a great energy since the minute he's got back to Perth, and it's amazing when you approach it in that manner how you get rewarded with the way that you play. So that was the reason when we brought him to Perth, is to have that type of impact on the game, and I still think he can only get better as well. And look, it's not always going to look in points and rebounds, but just his influence and impact on a game at both ends can look different on different nights for us. But tonight was like you know, great for him to get out there and play in that manner.
It's going to be beneficial, Jesse, having just one game this week, one game next week to get practices in. Is that the best way to get rid of the clunkiness, or do you play? What's the best way to get rid of clunkiness?
Mate, we do what the schedule tells us. Yeah, I mean, a week of practice will be good. I think we go to New Zealand, right?
Yep.
You know, so we got a long travel, and it certainly doesn't get any easier. But yeah, I think we got to iron out some of those those kinks, and really try to zero in on, I guess, an identity and, you know, what we want to do in certain plays and certain times and certain areas.
What would you've seen a lot of imports come and go and stay for a long time? What would you be saying to Mason now? What was your advice? Finish up with 16 points, so it was an alright game, but would you encourage him to be a bit more aggressive?
No, look, I love the energy he brings, and Jay, I said, like, he's been with us for 3 practices, like he's been here for a week. You know, it's tough to come into a team and, you know, put your stamp on it in a week. So, you know, positive signs. He's a bundle of energy. He's good to be around. He cares, which again is half the battle, right? So, he and us will learn from it, and it's on us to, like, integrate him into the team and let him know what we want from him and what he likes. And yeah, it's kind of a two-way street.
Anyone on Zoom? No? All Tassie people?
All right.
Thanks, fellas.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
it.